He had the most beautiful gardens you could ever imagine, rivers flowing through them, grapes, palms, fruits everywhere. Everything was perfect. Everything was abundant. He had the world at his feet. But then one night he made one mistake. He forgot Allah, and within 24 hours, he lost everything. This story is from Surah Al-Kahf, chapter 18 of the Quran. It's the second story in this chapter, right after the people of the cave that we covered last time. And honestly, this story might be even more relevant for us today, because this story is about something we all face, the danger of wealth, the danger of forgetting Allah when things are going well. Based on authentic sources from the Quran and Tafsir Ibn Kathir, this is the powerful story of two friends, one rich, one poor, and the lesson between them will change how you think about money, blessings, and your relationship with Allah. Our story begins with two friends. They grew up together. They spent time together, but their lives were very different. One of them was incredibly wealthy. He owned two magnificent gardens, mansions, servants, and rivers of wealth. The other, he was humble, simple, poor in the eyes of the world, but rich in faith. The Quran describes his gardens in incredible detail. Listen to how Allah paints this picture. Two gardens of grapevines, surrounded by date palms, and in between them, a cultivated field. Both gardens produced their fruit and did not fall short. Two gardens, both perfect, rivers flowing through them, fruits growing in abundance, crops producing harvest after harvest without fail. This man had what most people only dream about. He was living in paradise on earth. But with all this wealth, all this beauty, all this abundance, something went terribly wrong inside him. His wealth made him arrogant. His success made him proud. And slowly, quietly, dangerously, he began to forget the one who gave him everything. One day, the rich man invited his humble friend to see his gardens. He wanted to show off. He wanted his friend to see just how successful he was, how blessed he was, how much better his life was. And that's when he said the words that sealed his fate. He looked at his friend and said, "I'm greater than you in wealth and stronger in manpower." And that's it. That's the sin, right there. Not just being wealthy, but looking at someone else and saying, "I am better than you. I have more than you. I am greater than you." Then he said something even worse. "I don't think the hour will ever come." He was denying the day of judgment, denying that he would ever be held accountable, denying that there was any consequence for his arrogance. This is the danger of wealth. When you have too much, you start believing you are untouchable. And then he said the most dangerous thing of all, "Even if I am returned to my Lord, I will surely find there's something better than this." Listen to that. He's not even denying Allah completely. He's saying, even Allah will give me more, because clearly I deserve it. This is the peak of arrogance, believing that Allah's mercy is your right while ignoring his warnings. His humble friend looked at him, not with anger, not with jealousy, but with genuine concern, with love, because this is what real friendship looks like. A real friend doesn't just tell you what you want to hear. A real friend warns you when you're heading toward destruction. The friend said, "Do you disbelieve in the one who created you from dust, then from a drop of water, then fashioned you into a complete man?" He reminded him of who created him, who gave him everything. Then he said, "But as for me, Allah is my Lord, and I don't associate anyone with him." See the difference? The rich man said, "I am the greatest." The poor man said, "Allah is the greatest." Then the humble friend warned him. And listen to these words carefully, because they are a warning for all of us. He said, "Why didn't you say when you entered your garden, 'This is what Allah willed'? There is no power except with Allah." Do you know what this means? Every time you enter a blessing, every time you see something good in your life, you should say, "Masha'Allah, la quwwata illa billah." This is what Allah willed. There is no power except with Allah. He said, "Maybe my Lord will give me something better than your two gardens." Not out of jealousy, but out of faith. He knew that true wealth isn't measured by gardens and rivers. True wealth is measured by your closeness to Allah, and he warned his friend. Or Allah might send upon your gardens a thunderbolt from the sky, leaving it as barren, slippery earth. He was literally predicting what was about to happen. Remember these words. Write them down. Put them on your phone wallpaper. Every time you receive a blessing, say, Masha'Allah, la quwwata illa billah. This is what Allah willed. There is no power except with Allah. This is your protection. This is your shield. The rich man didn't say these words, and that's why he lost everything. The rich man looked at his friend and shrugged. He didn't listen. He didn't take the warning seriously. Why would he? He had everything. Nothing could touch him, or so he thought. That very night, while the rich man slept comfortably in his mansion, Allah sent destruction upon his gardens. A massive storm, thunder, lightning, rain, wind. The Quran says, Allah sent upon his gardens a thunderbolt from the sky. Everything was destroyed. The grapevines torn apart. The palm trees uprooted. The rivers flooded and dried. The mansion crumbled. In one single night, everything he had built, everything he had bragged about, everything he had used to mock his friend, gone. All of it gone. The morning came. The sun rose. The storm had passed. And the rich man woke up. He stretched. He walked outside. And he stopped. His heart dropped. Everything he had was gone. He stood there in the middle of what used to be paradise. And for the first time in his life, he had nothing to say. No bragging, no showing off. No, I am greater than you. Just silence and devastating realization. The Quran uses a beautiful but heartbreaking image. It says he began turning his hands over, wringing his hands. The way someone does when they realize they've made the biggest mistake of their life. And then he said the words that everyone should hear. He said, Ya laytani lam ushrik bi rabbi ahadan. Oh, I wish I had not associated anyone with my Lord. Listen to that. Not, oh, I wish I hadn't been arrogant. Not, oh, I wish I had listened to my friend. He said, I wish I had not committed shirk, because that's what arrogance is. When you say, I am the greatest, and when you forget Allah in your blessings, when you believe your success is all you're doing, that is a form of shirk. But here is the tragic part. It was too late. The Quran doesn't say Allah forgave him. It doesn't say his gardens came back. It doesn't say he got a second chance. The warning came before the destruction. His friend warned him, but he didn't listen. And when the punishment came, his regret didn't undo it. The Quran concludes this story with a powerful statement. There, the authority belongs to Allah. The truth, He is the best in reward and the best in outcome. Allah is telling us, in the end, everything belongs to Him, not to the rich man, not to anyone. Allah is the ultimate owner, the ultimate authority, the ultimate judge. Lesson 1. Every single time you receive a blessing, say Masha'Allah, la quwwata illa billah. This is what Allah willed. There is no power except with Allah. When you get a new car, say it. New house, say it. Promotion, say it. Even when you look in the mirror and feel good about yourself, say it. This protects your blessings. This is not superstition. This is obedience to Allah. Lesson 2. Wealth is a test, not just a reward. The Quran says Allah tests people with wealth and with hardship. When you're rich, you're being tested on gratitude, generosity, and humility. Lesson 3. Never look down on someone because they have less than you. The humble friend in this story had less money but more faith, and Allah honored him. Lesson 4. When someone you trust gives you advice, listen, especially when they warn you about your relationship with Allah. The rich man ignored his friend and paid the price. Ask yourself honestly right now, when was the last time you looked at your blessings and genuinely said, Masha'Allah? When was the last time you thanked Allah for everything you have? Not just when things go wrong, but when things are good, because that's the real test. The rich man passed the test of having wealth, but he failed the test of gratitude. Don't be him. But here's the good news. It's not too late for you. The rich man's story ended in regret, but yours doesn't have to. Start today. Right now, after this video ends, look at your life and say, Masha'Allah. Thank Allah for everything. Be humble, be grateful, because your blessings can disappear in one night, just like his did. But if you remember Allah in your blessings, Allah will protect them and multiply them. The story of the man with 2 gardens is a warning and a gift. A warning about what happens when we forget Allah in our success. And a gift because we can learn from His mistake without living it. Remember His story every time you receive a blessing. Say Masha'Allah. Say la quwwata illa billah. Be grateful, be humble, because in the end, everything belongs to Allah. He is the best in reward and the best in outcome. Subhanallah. Jazakallahu khairan for watching. May Allah make us among the grateful. Ameen. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories from the Quran if you haven't watched The People of the Cave or Prophet Yunus. Check them out now. Like this video, share it with someone who needs this reminder, and drop a comment below. Do you say Masha'Allah every day? Let me know. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.